Under the blinding lights of Amsterdam's Ziggo Dome, the final echo of the Jin EP tour fell silent. Yet, just hours after the world witnessed the triumphant close of Jin's historic global tour, an even more explosive revelation began circulating among fans and media alike. Jin was not leaving the stage to rest. He was leaving Europe altogether. And he wasn't alone. Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, was reportedly by his side as they boarded a direct flight to Los Angeles. The question that immediately electrified the ARMY and the entertainment world was simple yet loaded with implications. What could possibly be so urgent, so monumental, that it required two of BTS's most high-profile members to fly straight to the United States without delay for months? The Jin EP tour had dominated global headlines. From Seoul to Tokyo, from New York to London, every city on the schedule had erupted in a wave of sold-out arenas, impassioned fan chants, and viral moments that cemented Jin's reputation as one of the most formidable solo performers of his generation. The Amsterdam finale was expected to be a celebration, a final bow to cap off months of relentless performance and a historic milestone for BTS's eldest member. What no one foresaw was that the night would also serve as a turning point in the group's broader narrative. Reports emerged in the early hours of the morning that both Jin and Jungkook had quietly departed the Netherlands immediately after the concert, heading to an undisclosed private terminal before boarding a long-haul flight bound for Los Angeles. Observers on the ground described the scene as unusually discreet for two of the world's most recognizable public figures. No public farewell, no extended post-show media engagement, no lingering celebrations with the local fan base. Instead, their departure was marked by tight security, minimal interaction, and a palpable sense of urgency. It was a departure that did not resemble the leisurely end to a major tour, but rather the calculated movement of artists with a pressing engagement ahead. Theories began to emerge almost instantly. Was this tied to the group's much-discussed reunion preparations? Could this be connected to a secret recording schedule? Or was there something larger at play that had been carefully kept from public view until now? The Amsterdam concert itself had been nothing short of spectacular. Fans packed the Ziggo Dome hours before doors opened, waving banners and wearing custom attire dedicated to Jin's solo era. Jungkook's presence in the audience had already been noted by eagle-eyed ARMY members early in the night, sparking excitement that this might be more than just a supportive visit from a fellow member. When the final notes of the setlist faded and Jin gave his closing words, there was no indication of what was to come. No cryptic hints, no suggestive remarks. The abrupt pivot from onstage emotion to high-speed international travel was all the more jarring for those who had been inside the venue. As the hours passed, flight tracking data and fan-sourced airport sightings began to align. The two were seen entering a restricted boarding area, accompanied by a small entourage, before disappearing from view. By dawn in Europe, unofficial reports from the United States suggested that the pair were en route to Los Angeles. The news sparked an avalanche of speculation, not only within BTS's global fandom but across entertainment industry circles. Why Los Angeles? Why now? And why together, when schedules and solo promotions often keep members apart for long stretches of time? Los Angeles has long served as a strategic hub for BTS, home to some of their most iconic performances, high-profile collaborations, and recording sessions. Its studios, venues, and media presence make it a natural location for major announcements or production work. Yet the timing of this trip, mere hours after the conclusion of Jin's world tour, suggested that this was more than a routine visit. Industry insiders quietly pointed to the group's pending full-unit comeback, rumored for the spring of 2026, and the possibility that Jin and Jungkook's immediate arrival could signal the acceleration of its preparations. The emotional dimension of this moment cannot be ignored. For Jin, the end of the Run Seek Jin EP tour represents not just the completion of a milestone, but the closing of a chapter that had seen him carry the BTS name alone on some of the world's biggest stages. For Jungkook, the youngest, his decision to join Jin in Amsterdam and then fly directly to Los Angeles speaks volumes about the solidarity and forward momentum within the group. To fans, the image of the two traveling together after such a monumental event evokes a powerful sense of unity. Two threads of the BTS story converging in real time, not in rehearsed promotional cycles, but in spontaneous, history-making movements. Every movement of the group's members is subject to intense scrutiny, but few moments in recent memory have felt this charged with possibility. The dual departure of Jin and Jungkook after Amsterdam has set the stage for a wave of anticipation that will not subside until answers emerge. Could Los Angeles be the site of a long-awaited reunion with other members already in the city? Will this trip be followed by public appearances, studio leaks, or surprise performances? Or is the reality even bigger than anyone currently imagines? The Army, known for its meticulous tracking of every clue, has already begun piecing together potential connections between this sudden relocation and the broader BTS timeline. Social media feeds are flooded with theories, from the logistical, such as possible recording schedules or contract negotiations, to the wildly speculative, including surprise appearances at major US award shows or music festivals. The intensity of this speculation is not without precedent. BTS has a history of operating with calculated secrecy, revealing projects only when the impact can be maximized. Meanwhile, the symbolism of Amsterdam as the final stop adds another layer of intrigue. The city, rich in cultural history and artistry, played host to a performance that many fans described as both celebratory and bittersweet. It was a stage where Jin not only showcased his artistry, but also closed a chapter that had been shaped by years of anticipation following his military service. The abrupt transition from that deeply emotional space to a transcontinental flight with Jungkook underscores the sense that the group is in motion towards something monumental. The fact that this development involves both the eldest and youngest members of BTS is particularly striking. In the group's lore, Jin and Jungkook often represent opposite ends of the spectrum: age, experience, stage persona. But their shared journey to Los Angeles hints at an alignment of purpose that could be pivotal in the group's next chapter. This is not a symbolic pairing chosen for a photo shoot or promotional material. It is a tangible, observable movement that suggests active collaboration in the immediate future. For now, the only certainty is uncertainty. The world knows that Jin and Jungkook are in transit and that their destination is Los Angeles. Everything beyond that remains hidden behind layers of planning, confidentiality, and strategic timing. The entertainment world waits in collective suspense, aware that whatever unfolds next has the potential to redefine the trajectory of BTS in the years to come. And as always, the group's ability to control the narrative, to keep even their most devoted followers guessing until the last possible moment, remains one of their greatest strengths. What happens when two of the most influential figures in global music land in one of the most strategic cities in the industry immediately after a career-defining world tour? The answer could emerge in days, weeks, or even months. But one thing is already clear. The end of Jin's tour in Amsterdam was not the end of the story. It was the beginning of something far greater. And the coming days, all eyes will be on Los Angeles. Fans, media outlets, and industry insiders alike will be watching for the first confirmed images, the first snippets of activity, the first sign that the next chapter is underway. Until then, the speculation will only grow, fueled by the knowledge that BTS has never moved without purpose. Jin's tour finale may have closed the book on one era, but the moment he and Jungkook boarded that plane, a new one began. One that could very well alter the course of music history yet again. And so, the question remains, what awaits them in Los Angeles? And how soon will the world find out?